safety assurance to structures across the state, the Lagos State Materials Testing Laboratory Agency is set to commence a symbiotic collaboration with the Lagos State Development and Property Corporation. Speaking at a meeting with the management team of the Lagos State Development and Property Corporation, the general manager of LSMTL, Olayinka Abdul, said her agency will not relent in carrying out its mandate of ensuring best practices that accommodate Lagos State's unique needs and environmental management. She said LSMTL, as the laboratory scientist of the building industry, performs scientific tests on structures using construction samples from sites to identify the durability of such structures in line with the building standards of Lagos State. While reiterating the environmental challenges that deteriorate structural durability, the general manager harped on soil salinity and instability as aggravating factors that should be professionally handled following rigorous tests from the project site to avert disaster. Abdul assured of a new wave of standards placed on the materials testing procedures by the agency to ensure optimal service delivery for all stages of construction projects across Lagos State for established building safety. The Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, has rescued 3 male adults from the site of the building collapse at number 13 Wilson Umba Street, Arowojobe Estate, Maryland. Permanent Secretary LASEMA, Olufemi Oke Osanyintolu, in a statement said the agency responded to the incident and discovered that a set of 3 terraces under construction had collapsed. He said operatives of the agency, in collaboration with the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, immediately began search and rescue operations, recovering the bodies of 3 male adults and rescuing another 3 trapped under the rubble. Osanyintolu said all 6 men were site workers and officials of the Lagos State Environmental Health Monitoring Unit, SHEMO, have been contacted for evacuation of the remains of the 3 fatalities. He added that a combined team of LASEMA personnel, fire service and Nigeria police are working at the scene. The former chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC in Lagos State, Otumba Dele Agadumo, has admonished Nigerians to give the Tinubu administration time and cooperation to enable it resolve the various economic and social challenges confronting the country. Ajumale, who gave this advice at the inauguration of new executives for the Isolo branch of the Justice Forum political movement, also called on parents to discourage their children from taking part in planned protests as it could be detrimental to the economic gains achieved so far by the Tinubu administration. Ajumale, who was also a former commissioner in Lagos State, believes the protest is a ploy by some opposition to cause mayhem, particularly in Lagos, and pleaded for it to be shelved. He urged members of the Justice Forum to cooperate with those of the mandate and not see them as rivals, since both groups are working for the progress of the party, particularly the development of Nigeria. The former APC chairman urged members of the area to rededicate themselves to the party and ensure the party takes its rightful place in the area. In his contribution, a former political leader in the area and one-time commissioner in Lagos State, Abdulateef Abdulhakeem, implored members in the area to focus more on the progress of the party towards achieving total success nationwide. Present at the event were political leaders and party faithful from all the wards in Isolo. Now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has promised to empower the Nigeria Police Force with more weapons and recruitment of personnel to boost its capacity to fight crimes. This was as the president demanded an end to interagency rivalry among law enforcement agencies in the country. The president, who was represented by the Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Boso Tijani, spoke during the inauguration of the Nigeria Police Force National Cybercrime Center in Abuja. President Tinubu assured Nigerians that his administration would invest in the procurement of arms to ensure the police force was well equipped. Tinubu, who described cybercrimes as a new frontier of offences, stated that the country was witnessing a rise in threats posed by cybercriminals. He said the federal government had taken several policy decisions, including the review of the National Cybercrime Strategy, to mitigate the multifaceted threats posed by cybercrimes. The president called for collaboration between the centre and the Office of the National Security Advisor to ensure a greater level of scrutiny of online activities. The Nigerian Immigration Service says it has suspended one of its officers serving at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Akomolafe Michael, for multiple charges of alleged drug trafficking. The service relations officer, Kenneth Udo, revealed this in a statement. Udo said the attention of the Nigeria Immigration Service was drawn to a publication by sections of the media that linked Akomolafe Michael, one of his officers serving at Murtala Mohammed International Airport, to multiple charges of alleged drug trafficking, which resulted in his arraignment before a federal high court in Lagos. NIS says it awaits the court's judgment after making further comments, or before making further comments. Now to foreign news. Officials say a tanker carrying close to 1.5 million liters of industrial fuel has capsized and sank off the Philippine capital, causing an oil spill. Transportation Secretary Jaime Batusta said 16 crew members of the Philippine-flagged MT Terra Nova have been rescued while one remains missing. Bautista said an oil spill has been detected, but strong winds and high waves were hampering the authorities' response. The incident comes a day after Typhoon Gaimi intensified seasonal monsoon rains, submerging large swaths of Metro Manila and its suburbs in deep floods. Gaimi has made landfall in Taiwan, leaving 3 people dead and wounding hundreds more. And now sport. Nigeria's Super Falcons will slug it out a historic victory against Brazil in their opening fixture at the 2024 Paris Olympics Games female football tournament. The 2 previous meetings between the two sides ended in defeat for the Super Falcons. Randy Waldrum's Falcons would have to be at their best in the tournament if they are to qualify from Group C, also comprising world champions Spain and former world champions Japan. The Super Falcons' best Olympic outing was at the 2004 Games in Athens, where they lost 2-1 to a Birgit Prince-inspired Germany in the quarterfinals. Speaking on the importance of the match, Brazilian forward Adriana Lille da Silva said little details would be key, as every first match in a tournament is always critical. Brazil won 9 of their 11 matches coming into this fixture, while the Super Falcons are undefeated in their last 8 competitive matches. The Super Falcons will face Spain on 28th July and round up the group stage against Japan on 31st July. That is our news at noon. Just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration generated 12,350 jobs and empowered 17,469 direct and indirect beneficiaries through the Lagos State Agro-Processing Productivity Enhancement and Livelihood Improvement Support appeals? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. In a bid to enhance proficiency in building materials testing for quality assurance to structures across the state, the Lagos State Materials Testing Laboratory Agency is set to commence a symbiotic collaboration with the Lagos State Development and Property Corporation. President Bola Tinubu has promised to empower the Nigeria Police Force with more weapons and recruitment of personnel to boost its capacity to fight crimes. We also told you that officials say a tanker carrying close to 1.5 million liters of industrial fuel has capsized and sank off the Philippine capital, causing an oil spill. And in sport, Nigeria's Super Falcons will slug it out in a historic victory against Brazil in their opening fixture at the 2024 Paris Olympic Games female football tournament. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashiri. I am Dele Agadumo. Good afternoon. Thank you for listening.